So today we're going to talk about another stupid thing that Biden had to say this past week, and we're going to give you our thoughts and opinions on that.
So the President of the United States, President Joe Biden, unfortunately, basically said that he was going to nuke gun owners and Americans and use F-15 fighter jets against us if we somehow were to rebel and resist tyranny. Those weren't his exact words, but that was what he was implying that.
So, I mean, this isn't the first time he said something stupid. I think the last time we went, we did a reaction video on what he said, and we couldn't even just stand to watch the video. We didn't even watch it all because we just can't stand him talking. Like, he just lacks,
Everything
the ability to speak properly.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't even understand where his thought process is when he's saying things like the Second Amendment. From the time it was ratified, you were able to limit gun owners and what type of firearms they can have, which is completely false. He said things like you can't have a cannon. The Founding Fathers and the Colonial militias had cannons, they had puckle guns, they had numerous amounts of firepower that obviously won the Revolutionary War. And everybody knows that the Second Amendment was established so that the population can be armed in the event that the government becomes tyrannical. So that way they would have a chance, just like the Founding Fathers and the militia did at the time in 1776.
Yeah, I believe that we should literally be able to own any kind of weapon we want, whether it be a tank or a cannon or
Fighter jets.
Anything that we can get our hands on, we should be allowed
Missiles.
to own it. Yeah. An RPG.
Yeah.
Anything.
When you go by what the Second Amendment says, that's what it means.
It shouldn't be limited to only certain things.
And in my opinion, every American, and I hate to say it, but a lot of the older generation people, a lot of the boomers, unfortunately, let it get this bad with voting these type of idiots in office. And now we're screwed. Now the government is huge. You have big government want to control everything about your lives, and we're in trouble. And that's pretty much all there is to say about it, unless we do something soon and figure out, a way to everybody be able to live with freedom and liberty individually. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell what direction we're going to be headed down as a country.
And I would say within the next 10 to 15 years, we're going to be screwed because, all these younger people are still getting elected into office and they're not on the good side of politics. So we're screwed for a while.
It's very rare to see a good politician, and even then, the good ones have their flaws. There isn't no such thing as a perfect politician. To me, they're all garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
We noticed this. I noticed this especially this last week. Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative in Congress, she introduced a bill to abolish the ATF, and it kind of was taken out of context. People were like, "Oh, there's a bill that's going to abolish the ATF and get rid of the ATF." Fine print says that if it's abolished, all of their regulatory powers will be transferred to the FBI. So there's no point in abolishing it if the FBI, and the FBI, by the way, is like 10 times more corrupt than the ATF. Just as tyrannical.
Yeah, you can't even trust anything anymore. The CIA, the FBI, anything. You cannot trust anything.
Every alphabet agency that we have in the government should be totally abolished. Their sole purpose is to infringe on our rights. They shouldn't exist.
And it's the worst thing about it is that all the governments, and all these agencies are so far left that there's nothing good that ever comes out of it.
All they do is enforce unconstitutional laws. They follow rules made by tyrants and people who hate America, who hate us, who hate the Constitution. It's sad. It's really sad, especially whenever you see these people take an oath. They put their hand on the Bible and they swear on their life and everything that they have that they're going to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. And then their first seconds after that oath, they're already turning against it. It's disgusting. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's like all these the governors, they do the same crap.
Yep.
They go right back on their word. They just do all this stuff to get votes. oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then they just basically just do a complete circle and go back on their word.
It's terrible. I don't even know what to say, really. I mean, the only thing I can recommend is that people, do your research about guns and learn the actual true history of the United States. Quit following this agenda from the left and learn how our country was founded, because our country was founded on rebellious attitude. We told the crown to basically screw off, and that's why we're here.
Make sure you understand what the Second Amendment stands for and what it means, because a lot of people out there don't understand what it means, and that's how they get everything confused.
We have modern day redcoats. Back during the days of the Revolution, there were British redcoats that enforced gun control. They wanted to tax us to death. They wanted to regulate everything about our lives. Well, today, we have modern redcoats living upon us.
It's not only the Second Amendment, it's the Constitution in general, because
everything.
Everybody out there that is so against the Second Amendment doesn't even know the true meaning about it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with being able to hunt white-tailed deer.
Like, why do you need an AR-15 to hunt? You're not hunting with an AR-15.
Hunting tyrants.
Yeah.
That's self-defense. So, other than that, I don't have anything to say about that. President Biden's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously agree with that. I can't stand a word he says.
And, we're going to continue to see if he has any stupid things to say, again, about the Constitution in general, Second Amendment.
Oh, so, you know damn well he's going to.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
just give it a few weeks, maybe a month or two. We'll be back with another video on that. Yep. I wouldn't doubt it. Within the next month and a half or two, something about the Second Amendment will be brought up by him.
Terrible.
Because he was also talking about the ban on high-capacity magazines. Yeah. Anything over 30 to 40, 50 rounds, even 100. He's like, you shouldn't even have those, or even a Kevlar vest.
He said maybe if the deer are wearing a Kevlar vest.
Yeah. That's so stupid. Dude.
Oh, my God.
It makes me lose brain cells every time I hear him talk.
Yeah, and it's so obvious what they want to do. The first step to control a population is to disarm them. That's what the British tried to do to us. I mean, it's common sense.
He's just trying to brainwash Americans because that's just what they do.
Don't listen. Don't give in to tyranny. Stand it in the face. Look down the throat of evil and tell them no.
Make sure you represent the Second Amendment and what it stands for. Because if you don't, well,
we're screwed. You might end up either dead or in prison for the rest of your life. So, guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Please make sure you guys join the FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition.
Make sure you join the GOA too.
Killer organizations. I mean, they truly do fight for your Second Amendment rights. FPC struck a huge victory not too long ago, and unfortunately California is coming back to argue that the federal judge that ruled that their assault weapons ban was unconstitutional, well, now the state is putting like a stay on that decision, which means that it's still going to be enforced, and they're going to have to take it to a higher court because the state obviously doesn't like that FPC won that battle. And the Gun Owners of America, same thing. They do countless things for your Second Amendment rights, and it's worth the money, believe me. So, make sure you guys keep your rifles by your side.
And carry on.
Thanks for watching.
They'll come loud and they'll come fast. We shoot first and we can last. Keep your rifle by your